This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Good morning. Welcome to Around Kansas. I'm Deb Goodrich. It's great to have you with me. I don't know if fall approaching puts the rest of you in craft mood, but it sure does for me and my daughter Noel, and I've just got to share her latest craft project because it is so stinking cute. Of course, when you have adorable grandchildren, you can put them in anything. But she took one of those little tight cars and painted it like a pumpkin. It is so cute. And so little Micaiah with his overalls and his little green leprechaun hat, just a little man with a green hat driving a pumpkin. Oh, so adorable. And she had looked up all these ideas on Pinterest about how to decorate these little cars. And when she told me she was going to paint it, I'm like, it's fine the way it is. Why bother? But once she did, I had to agree that it was a really, really great idea. Well, you know, guys, that I love going through antique stores and thrift stores, and I love old stuff. So I love maybe old newspapers and magazines more than anything. And this is the cover of Life magazine on April 11th, 1969. See, there is the Capitol Rotunda in Washington, D.C., and there is obviously a casket in the middle. This was the funeral of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And some of you, like myself, are old enough to recall that day. And, of course, this is Ike coming home to Abilene for the final time. What a treasure. I was so tickled to find this. And I remember that the day he died, I was a kid. Yes, I was a kid. And we were driving through Winston Salem, North Carolina, on the way home from visiting friends when the news came on the radio that President Eisenhower had died. And my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, Grandpa Baldwin, had served under Ike at Gettysburg. And lest you think I have my wars confused, it was World War I. When Ike was the commander of Camp Colt at Gettysburg. And my grandfather was a coal miner, so he had a medical discharge for lung issues, and Ike signed his discharge. He had to go in and meet with him to get him to sign the discharge. So he always had a special place in Grandpa's heart and ours, even though I wasn't a Kansan at the time. I still had a special place in my heart for Ike. So if you come across some of these little treasures, let me know. Share them with us on Facebook. And again, another shout out to Roger Ringer for the photo of the sisters, the tornadoes, for our Ghost Riders in the Sky. That was so much fun. And share your fall pictures with us, because we're talking about doing some other kind of photo contest for fall. And yes, for his participation in our, gosh, I can't move anything here without everything falling down. Michelle said that we should do a segment on how we prepare. Let me tell you how I clean the living room. Everything gets tossed somewhere else. But Roger is going to get a copy of my Civil War in Kansas. Congrats, Roger. So, like I said, share your pictures, watch for future contests, and stay with us today because we have a fantastic program coming up.
In 1821, a trade route was opened from Missouri in the United States across prairies and mountains to Mexico. In 2021, we will mark 200 years of epic conflicts and grand adventures, larger-than-life personalities, and sweeping landscapes. Join us on an historic journey. The Santa Fe Trail lives on.
Find us on social media or santafetrail.org.
Okay, looks like it's time for our tour. Welcome to the Fort Wallace Museum. Here at the museum, you're going to find some really interesting stuff, like our replica stagecoach from the Butterfield Overland Dispatch. We've got facades from the fort buildings. We've got an 1870s flag. There's a plesiosaur that was discovered locally. We've got the Ray pump organ collection. We're a little bitty place with a great big story, and we'd love to have you.